Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. I am excited tonight. We have an amazing guest, and I'm telling you right now, you will be inspired. So again, this is Inspiration with Troy Alexander Live. And listen, we come on to just encourage you to never give up on your dream. So listen, our motto is dream, take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. So listen, follow us. We're on Facebook, as you know, Troy Alexander. We're on the website, calledtoinspireinc.net. Listen, we're on Instagram. You know I take pictures at Troy Alexander Photo. We are also on YouTube, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. So listen, I just want to do this quick point of purpose before we introduce our amazing guest. My goodness, listen, brokenness is not the point where it's over. If you think about the seed, brokenness is a sign that something greater is about to begin. So I want to encourage you all that because something is broken doesn't mean it's over, but it is indication that something greater is about to take place. So listen, everybody, I want to introduce our amazing guest tonight. Listen, she is a gold medalist track star, softball all-star team 12U. At age 13, invited to the National Junior Flag Football Team USA 15U trials. Listen, y'all, named week #1 NFL Player of the Week. That's what I'm talking about, Naomi. Made the USA Football Select Bowl Southeast Region 14U team and helped them win the Select Bowl 14U championship. Listen, and that ain't all, y'all. In 2023, 2024, contributed to the Jaguars Regional Championship Win, securing a spot in the NFL Pro Bowl at Canton, Ohio. Let's welcome Naomi Lee. How are you, Naomi? How are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
Oh, listen, I am so excited that you are with us tonight. I got to ask you, you are such a champion on so many levels. What does it feel like to be a champion on so many different levels?
It feels good. Like, it feels so amazing because it's kind of like reflection of all your hard work that you've been working on your whole entire life. You know, you dedicated to a goal, and the feeling of you pursuing it is just like beyond amazing.
Wow, wow. Listen, you have to tell me, what is your physical preparation like? Like, how do you even prepare? Listen, not only are you a football star, you're a track star, you're a softball all-star. How do you prepare for going on the field?
It's mostly like 80% mental and 20% physical.
Wow.
There's a lot of special training you need to do for those different sports, especially like stretching and like different like working on your weaknesses especially. But my most preparation is great mentality. Got to be ready to go. You have to find a motivation that like just fires you up, you know. Without that, you ain't gonna do anything, you know.
Wow. Tell me about this how did you come to have this mental preparation and strength? Like how did you learn that?
Well, I got a brother, and I gotta say, he is super competitive, and I feel like most of my motivation, my mentality just comes from my competitiveness. You know, I've been born like super competitive, and I just want to win at everything. You know, I just like feel like I want to make a statement and prove myself that I can do whatever I set my mind into. So yeah, my brother motivates me a lot, and I was just born with that blessing.
Wow, wow, that is amazing. And being so competitive, tell me, I mean, that has to be very intensive, right? Like very focused. So what happens when you don't reach, right? The goal that, because listen, I've talked to many athletes, many champions, right? And they are so determined. But how do you respond, Naomi, when you don't reach that goal or don't get the win that you feel you should have had?
Well, mind you, we're all human and we're gonna make mistakes at one point, you know. It's mostly of how you react to it. You gotta clap your hands, get back up. Just clap your hands and move on. You got to learn to accept failure, because you always know that there's a resolution. There's like something that you could do to make it better. Like, you can be better tomorrow than you are today, like better next week than you are this week. It's just like the limit, like the sky is the limit. There's really no stopping. You should never ever give up. And like, if you ever make a mistake, just clap it off, because you're not even gonna remember that like after you do that. So.
Wow. Listen, everybody, I'm telling you, Naomi is about to go on a speaker's tour, because she is a motivational speaker. I'm so proud of you, Naomi. So proud of who you are and all that you are doing and still doing. I'm so amazed. Tell me a little bit more about your like when you're getting ready for a game, or how often do you practice? Is it every day? How many hours do you practice on your own? Tell us a little bit about what a week looks like for you going up to a game.
There's not 1 second, even if I'm sleeping, I'm still like in a stretching position or something every second, because every second matters.
Wow.
You gotta wake up, you gotta do something. You either, like, I normally have like my hand squeezed, so I like do them like 100 like every 1 hour, and then as soon as I come home, I go and jog around the neighborhood every single once in a while. Now, once I come home, no shower, my dad takes me out to training. I come back, I just do my regular like home training. But yeah, every second matters.
Wow. When do you rest?
I kind of don't rest unless I'm bored.
Wow. That is amazing. And tell me about, because I understand the power of even what we eat. It matters, right? In terms of our strength, and like, how is your diet like? Like, can you eat anything, or do you have a certain diet?
I I can eat like anything, but I kind of like choose to eat healthy.
Right.
Is I've never had soda my entire life. I've never had Pepsi. I've never had Coke. I've never had Sprite. None of that stuff. And it's not like I am not allowed to choose not to. My whole life, I've never touched that thing. And I think if you have a really healthy diet, you're just gonna be happy. It's the feeling of being healthy and just happy. Like, whatever you're putting into your body comes out as how you are.
Wow. Have you ever thought about becoming a trainer one day?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Listen, y'all, Naomi can do anything she chooses to do. She is that amazing and that awesome. Tell me, when did sports become important to you? Like, what age were you that all of a sudden, like, you knew this is what you were good at?
It started, I'm pretty sure, around 9 years old. I was just playing outside in my backyard.
So it seems like we're having a little bit of a connection issue.
And I remember so scared. I was so scared. But he had like talks with me almost every single day. He was just encouraging me, like whatever words he put in, I just felt motivated. It's like that type of stuff that just inspires you. He was my inspiration, and I just kept it going.
Wow. I gotta ask you, when did you know you were good? Right? Because everybody, wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be on, best what they do. And when did you know you had a special gift, a special skill? But it also talks about your commitment level to what you're doing. And I love that about you, Naomi. I love about you are like an example of being focused, being committed, being purposed. But when did you know, like, hey, I'm pretty good at this?
Well, to be honest, almost anyone can do what I'm doing right now. It's
Wow.
like, I know some people are born with natural skill. You can see anyone outside, they could be super good, they could be super talented, they could be fast, tall. But the thing that makes me different is my dedication, my hard work, you know. I'm not stopping until that next person's stopping. I'm not like, I will wake up earlier than this person just to go train because I feel like I'm focused, you know. Like it's the type of focus and the hardworking mentality that kind of makes me stand out from other people. And I know I have the like mentality to go and get up and work out and just like train my butt off for this game, you know.
Wow. Wow. Listen, y'all, if you don't know Naomi Lee, you better get to know her now, because I'm telling you, one of not, if not one of the best flag football players in the country. I'm going to say in the world. I mean, I am so amazed at, listen, y'all, when you see Naomi's videos, I mean, listen, there's one video, y'all, where the whole team couldn't catch him. I'm talking about everybody. You got to see that video, y'all. I'm talking about the whole team, and she is moving and dipping and leaning. And I'm like, did that just come natural to you, or did you practice certain moves to kind of get around different players?
It was straight hard practice. It was practice every day to have a lot of practice.
Wow, wow, that is amazing. I gotta ask you, do you know how big you are on social media? is I know that social media can be very, can be positive, but it can also be negative. Have you ever had any negative experiences on social media, or do your parents kind of shield you from those things?
I don't really remember having any negative, but I feel like I had this one dude trash talk me on one of my videos, and from that I made another video of me getting him back.
Wow. Okay. Don't mess with Naomi. I'm gonna get a shirt. Don't mess with Naomi. Oh my goodness, I love that. That is awesome. Well, I'm glad that it's just the one person that you have experience of not saying nice things, but because I know that it can be very difficult and challenging. I got to ask you, at age 13, you are 13 years of age, right? And so you were invited to the National Junior Flag Football Team USA 15U trials. For those who don't understand what that means, tell us what 13U and 15U means, and what was that moment like when you learned about that invitation?
So the USA trials 13U and 15U, the what I tried out for was 15U, and basically they choose the best out of the best all around the nation to come try out in North Carolina. That was where the trials were. You come try and make the team. And how it felt awesome. But I knew I'm never satisfied because I know I still have a lot more work to do to become great.
Wow, wow, wow. Listen, so let me make sure that the audience understands. So you are trying out against 15-year-olds?
Yes, sir.
And 14-year-olds? Wow, wow. Listen, to just get the invitation is an honor. I mean, so that is a wonderful honor, and I'm telling you, amazing. And listen, I wanted to ask you, if somebody asked you what it takes to be a champion, because you have been a champion on so many levels, what does it take to be a champion? What would you say to them?
I would say you just have to have confidence, the mentality, and you just have to have the right people around you, you know? You have to be influenced by really amazing people that motivate you to become better. If that person isn't helping you or isn't like inspiring you to become a better person, sports and off sports, then you shouldn't be around that person, you know? And
Wow.
you just have to be confident in your skill. You have to be confident in your ability, no matter how small or tall you are. Because I'm pretty small, and I'm always confident of my skill. And I just truly love to inspire other girls my age or younger that you can do anything you set your mind into.
Wow. Wow. Listen, I don't know if you're going to write a book, Naomi, but you probably should, because it'll be a #1 bestseller. I don't know what you're going to do next, Naomi, but whatever you choose to do, all I know is you're going to be phenomenal at that. And I just love seeing your journey. It is truly inspiring. And so I want to ask you this. I got another one for you. You made the USA football Select Bowl Southeast Region 14U team and helped them win the Select Bowl 14U championship. First, congratulations. But I wanted to ask you, like from your experience, for those who may not know all that goes into flag football or what's involved with it, what would you say are some of the key training focuses, right? So, I know you got to be in physical good shape, right? And all those things, but what would you say, like, to be at that level for someone, what should they focus on, do you think?
They should mostly focus on, let me see. Well, a lot of it is just agility. You have to be super agile. You have to be fast. You have to have hands. You have to make sure you have to have like hand-eye coordination so you can catch that ball and secure it.
Right.
And those are like the top two. And a lot of it comes from listening skills and knowing how to communicate with your teammates. That's a big one.
Naomi, are you really 13?
Yes, sir.
Listen, Joe, she said listening skills. What 13-year-old do you know says it's important to have good listening skills and communication skills with your teammates? I'm telling you, Naomi, you are super phenomenal. I mean, I knew that already before the broadcast, but as you're talking, I'm like, wow, you need to be on somebody's stage. You need to be in a training camp. I can see right now, yeah. Naomi Lee's training camp, where they come to your training camp, Naomi. I'm telling you, and because you are such a motivational inspiration to the world, and I love it. Listen, y'all, we're not through yet. Naomi was named NFL Player of the Week in Week 1. Do you know what it takes, everybody, to be named NFL Player of the Week amongst all the players? Like, that is, what was that moment like, Naomi, when you learned that you were NFL Player of the Week?
I was like so excited. I was just like happy. And I was just like proud of myself because I truly thought I earned it. And that's just kind of like a life goal that I just crossed off my bucket list. I've been waiting to do something like that. And it was just cool just watching myself up there. I was like, yeah,
go. I love it. I love it. I want to ask you, as every time you step on the field, whether it's at trials or with your team, what do you hope the coaches see in you?
I personally want them to see a respectful player, someone that can pay attention, listen, a hard worker, and someone that will uplift and help and lead all the other teammates around.
I need to talk to your parents, Naomi, because most 13-year-olds don't talk the way you talk. I got to talk to your parents and, what? I'm going to give a hand clap and applause to your parents, because that is, and those who have supported you and uplifted you and encouraged you, because that is really amazing. Thank you to your parents for giving us Naomi Lee, because she is a light in this world. So thank you. Do you feel, or do you know that you are a role model to many people? Do you know that you are that?
A
little bit. And what is that? How does that make you feel that there's somebody younger or even older that looks to you? Listen, I'm a fan. You inspire me. So, and I've been around quite a little while. And what does that feel like to know? Some people might feel it as a burden, but some people feel it as a responsibility or as a, how do you feel about it?
I feel proud, to be honest, because
Wow.
I personally would love looking up to someone like me when I was younger, because a lot of times I would doubt myself because of my height, because of my size, because because I'm a girl and I'm playing against all these boys, and I would just feel proud of myself to be able to inspire other girls to try to just go for their dreams, you know? Nothing can stop them. So I just feel mostly proud.
Wow. 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 I love that. Proud. I love the words you use, Naomi. I love how you describe. Wow. Wow. I might need to see your birth certificate because I don't know, you might be like 16, 17, 18. Wow. I love that. I love that about you. Tell me, tell me about you talked about your support system, right? We talked about your parents and you talked about your brother, and tell me about the importance of having positive people around you and how that has helped you to become who you are.
It's a big, big situation because it's a big deal because your parents are just always around you and they're always giving either negative or positive, you know? And the best thing is when you have the most positive parents. Like, I know my dad's sometimes a little harsh on me, but he's always, always like encouraging me, you know? He's like always motivating me, making me a better person than I was before. Every single second, every single day. He's always having talks with me. He's always trying to like motivate me. And the thing is, he doesn't try to change my mind or make me a certain way. He inspires me to. And it's awesome when you have like those type of people that really inspire you to become a better person all around you, whether it's your friends or your family or your teammates or your coaches. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. 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 Amazing. Amazing. I gotta ask you, have you always been confident or that's one question, but the follow-up to that is, do you ever get nervous at all?
Yes, I have gotten nervous a lot of times, especially when I was younger, but I think I learned how to like overcome that after time because I feel like after a while, you just kind of get used that you're capable of making mistakes, you know? Um, Everyone's gonna make mistakes, and the thing is, nobody's really like no one really cares of how you make a mistake. No one's really paying attention to you. They're paying attention to themselves. And the best feeling is just forget about it. You're not gonna remember the mistake you just made, and it's just better to move on. And I feel like a lot of times whenever I'm nervous, I just have to put confidence in myself. I just have to motivate myself. I have to find motivation, whether it's for my family, whether it's for my mom, for my parents that work so hard every single day to get me to where I am, you know? It's just like you just have to be happy, enjoy what sport you're doing or whatever you're doing in life, you know?
Wow. Wow. I clap after every time because every time I ask you a question, it's this phenomenal response that you're giving me, Naomi. I'm like, wow. Okay. All right. I am in awe of you. I am really like, so you've learned to how to take those nerves and put them, have them work for you.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta ask you, people that are so good at your level where you are, sometimes they can put too much pressure on themselves that it causes them to make mistakes because they're trying so hard. Have you ever found yourself in that space where you're trying so hard that it's not working for you in a positive way?
Yeah, I feel like that only happens when I'm trying to be someone that I'm not. Whenever I'm trying to play a different way that I'm not comfortable with and I know I'm not there, you know? I mostly play how I play. I don't hide my personality. I don't hide the way I am. I don't hide my energy. I'm not scared of hiding anything in me. And that just gives me motivation and confidence in myself. And I feel like everyone should be confident and happy of the way they are, you know? And nobody should try so hard to like do something that they know they can't do. And they should be happy with like what they're capable of doing and how they can become better.
Naomi, I'm gonna every I'm gonna see every high school, every elementary, every junior high school, every college needs to watch this video of you because I am like, Wow, truly, truly profound. You are such a profound young individual, young lady. Um, and you talked about having to deal with even your height, even your gender, right? Playing against boys. Um, and you've overcome that. You've taken that on, not overcome it. You've accepted the challenge that no matter what space you're in, I'm going to use every ability I have, regardless of my height, regardless of my gender, regardless of where this or where that or whatever. And I'm going to go out and be the best I can be. You talked about, Naomi, wow, that it only happens to you in terms of those mistakes is when you try to change your game and be like somebody else, as opposed to just being who you are. Wow. I am literally in awe of you. I am sitting here like you are. Wow. Okay. I got to go on, but I am just amazed at how amazing, even more amazing that you are. Wow. Okay. So let me do one more clap because I'm so proud of you. So wow. So in this journey, it's one thing to be nervous. And I heard you talk about, I thought I heard you say the word doubt, but I want to ask you this question. At any point, whether it's in flag football, track and field, softball, or just in any other part of your life thus far, did you have any doubts that you would be where you are at this time?
Yes, I've actually had a lot of doubts, but I feel like the more times I've gone through that, I'm going to go through it at one point or another. Everyone doubts themselves at one point or another, because they level them, so they compare themselves to other people. I try not to compare myself to other people. I try to compare myself to myself. So every day I'll try to beat myself. I'm not going against nobody else. Nobody's my competition, only myself. So I try to better myself. And I don't really care of how they're playing, how they're watching me, or what they think of me. I'm over here and I'm having fun and I'm just bringing the energy. I'm just happy to be here. You should really just think for a moment of how far you got just to be there, and just think of that and just be like, all right, let's get this. So
Wow, wow, wow. Listen, I gotta go on because I wanna every time you give an answer, I want to take a moment and just respond to it. I'm like, wow, okay. So I've seen a number of people who have won championships and they become satisfied. They don't have that same hunger. Tell me what is it that motivates you? What keeps you grinding hard every day? Every moment that you're awake, even when you're sleeping, right? You're I I think even while you're sleeping, I mean, you probably have like dreams of working out. I don't know, but um, how do you stay hungry? Because some people lose that, right? They lose the hunger. How do you stay motivated?
well, I feel like a lot of times people feel this way about themselves, whether they're like, for me, my case, I'm a little bit tinier and I've been born that way. And I actually think it's a blessing. I'm proud that I'm smaller because it just gives me a fire. It gets me going. Because if people don't have something like that, like not everyone's perfect. And I feel like everyone has something that kind of like they don't like about themselves because they have the choice to turn that into fuel. And I turn everything I don't like about myself into fuel. And I actually love it now because it just keeps me motivated because I know while I'm sleeping, I know someone's out there training right now. I know it. And I'm going to prove my point that anyone, no matter what size, can do whatever they set their mind to.
Wow, wow. Listen, I think your parents, or I think you should watch this video back, write down all your answers in a book, and call it something like inspirational quotes from Naomi Lee, flag football champion, track star champion, all-star champion, Wow, and more, and more. So I got to ask you, what would you say has been the most challenging part of your journey thus far, and why?
Hmm. I think my most challenging part of my journey was probably not making the USA Team 15U. I
Mm,
tried out for it, make it, and I think it's challenging because I haven't felt that way in a long time. Like I've always like succeeded in everything. You know, I've always made this team, made that
right,
team, and just click when I don't make that team.
right.
It's just like, wow, like I've never felt that way before. But also, it just makes another spark. You know, it just keeps on adding and adding and adding to my notebook. I have a bucket list. I got this motivation. I got this motivation, and I feel like sometimes what Kobe does, like he turns all that madness, all that fire, all that
Yes.
happened to him, and he turns into motivation. You know, he just gets so hyped up by it. And I feel like instead of thinking or being feeling sad about myself, I'm like, okay, so you let me be on that team. All right, I'm gonna train my butt off, and then I'm gonna try again and make it the next time. You know?
Wow, maybe that's what it is, Naomi, because I had a similar situation. I won't go into detail, but yeah, they didn't, I was a junior and I thought I should be starting on the varsity team. And they didn't, and I was hurt through that experience. And I said, you know what? When I become a senior, I'm going to show them what they missed as a junior. And I told you I came back with the MVP, right? So that's a mindset. I love that, Naomi, about you. And I can only imagine what you did after you didn't make the 15U trials, right? And the focus you even had greater now to work even that much harder, right? And wow, and that is amazing. I don't know if you're invited. Are you to are do you get invitations to go out to
Oh,
talk to?
I already got another invitation. I just won that 14 finals. Boom, I made it on there already.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Elvin. And listen, I just know that you are such an inspiration, and I am so proud of you all. I gotta ask you, how do you balance it all? Somebody looks at you and the commitment that you put in, the time that you put in, the workout, the focus. How do you balance school? How do you balance and people may not know this about you anymore, right? But you've traveled and moved to different areas, right? In terms of your livelihood and your family and your journey, and like even meeting new friends or growing into a new school. How do you balance all of that and still stay focused?
It's really hard, but I feel like God has made that happen for a reason. I feel like everything is done for a reason, and those are just obstacles to me. I'm just trying to dodge them, and I feel like the more that those things come to me, like I feel like the more obstacles I have, the better. Like once I like dodge all of them, once I get through all of them, it just makes me stronger. Everything that's happened to me just makes me stronger. If I wasn't to be so tiny, if I wasn't to be doubted, then I wouldn't be the person I am, you know? So everything happens for a reason.
Wow, wow, wow. Listen, what is Naomi doing? I'm not even going to say her spare time because I don't know if you have spare time, but when you're not doing sports, what else do you like to do to kind of, or are you like me? Because honestly, I don't like to waste time. So I feel like I'm always working on something, some project. But when you're not doing sports, is there anything else that you enjoy doing?
Spending time with my family and just being grateful for everything, you know? So many blessings in life that some people don't really realize. And a lot of times I just love spending time with my family, just like taking the moment to really feel everything. Like it's a blessing to be here. I know I've moved and it's hard, but it could have been worse. So
Wow, wow. Well, I applaud you for the focus and the strength that you have because I can imagine, right, moving from place to place and meeting new friends and still trying to be focused. But I believe from what I've heard of you, Naomi, and what you've shared with me this day, you have the strength, you have the fortitude, you have what you need to push forward and to take ownership of wherever space you're in and use that to propel you even further. So thank you for just continuing to be amazing. So I got to ask you, what do you have any specific goals or aspirations, whether in flag football or in life? I don't know what you want to do unless you want to do this as a profession and then become this amazing, having your own sneaker line, having your own clothing line, having your own training fitness center. So I don't know what your bigger goal, but do you have any goals on your vision board that you set before yourself?
I have goals, but I feel like mostly they're tiny goals. I have like many tiny goals and then one big goal at the top. I feel like I like making tiny goals because they're easier to achieve. I feel like if I work hard every single day, I can achieve one by one by one. It just leads up to the bigger goal. But one of my big goals are probably like a Nike deal. I've always wanted to be on like a Nickelodeon slime show or something like that, and a free scholarship to college.
That's what I'm talking about, Naomi. Listen, I'm telling you, the way it's going now, I can only imagine where flag football is going now with college, even with the Olympics, right? I'm hearing conversations. It is really amazing and taken off to an amazing level. So it's yours. It's done. I just know you're going to get a full ride for scholarship, and all of the amazing goals that you set for yourself. I just know you're going to achieve it, Naomi. I have no doubt about it, and I can't wait so I can applaud you again and cheer you on and say, you go, Naomi Lee. That's what I'm talking about. So I love that. I got to ask you, and we're almost done. Just a couple more questions. If you came across someone that did not believe in their dream that they could reach their dream, what would you say to them to encourage them um, to not give up on their dream?
If I came across someone like that, first of all, I would do everything in my power to try to encourage them to like be confident in themselves. No one should ever give up on their dreams. Everyone has a dream and it's so special. It's so special because there's so many things to like you that you can possibly do to and like in order to a dream. And I feel like no one should ever give up on it because I have so many dreams that I thought I could never really accomplish because I was too small. And look at me now. And I feel like I'm still not finished. And I really want everyone to know, I really want other girls like younger than me, like smaller than me or something like that, to know that they can do anything. The sky's the limit. And you can never score. You can never score if you never take the shot. So
Wow, wow, wow. All I know is if I could speak to Kobe, I know he would be so proud of you. He would be so inspired by your determination, your tenacity, your your fierceness, which is amazing, and the strength of you. And so proud of you. And I know everybody, well, I'm gonna say everybody because I'm gonna say it. I know everybody is so proud of you and of who you are. I want to ask you, because sometimes, right, things happen in life and wish, is there any part of your journey that you wish you could go back and do over or change if you could? Some people say, well, no, I'm happy, everything. But I want to ask, is there anything that you would go back and change or do differently?
I think I will go back to when I was like around 10 and I was like feeling scared because now that I think of it, it's so silly. There's nothing to be scared of. And it's just awesome that I even got to play. It's such a blessing because I know there's kids out there that could wish they could play sports and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't realize how lucky they are and how blessed they are to just be able to play sports. You know, it's just like even playing sports is just a big deal. And I feel like I should never been like scared or nervous to play anywhere. I should have just have fun and just embrace the person I am. So I'll go back there.
Wow, 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 Naomi Lee. I love, and I'm sorry, but I love the sound of your first name and your last together. I think Naomi Lee is a, oh my goodness, that is that's a Nike, you know, wow, Naomi Lee. So I gotta ask you again, is there anything else that you like? When did flag football become like? Did you always like football, or how did you come and get involved with it?
It's a funny story. I actually didn't like football, but I didn't like being told what I could do and what I
Wow.
couldn't do with other boys. I remember it started when I was like really young and I was playing like outside of PE, and I was just gonna come and play with these kids football, and they told me I couldn't play because they didn't think I was good enough. They didn't even watch me play, nothing. They told me I wasn't good because I was small and I was a girl. And that was like the spark. That was the spark, and it kept on growing. And now I had something to prove, you know? I love when that happens. I love it. Not because like who would want that to happen to them, but I love it because it gives me something to fight for. It gives me something. And I knew I was gonna work my butt off and come back and destroy them. I was just gonna do that because I was just born with that competitiveness, whether I was just born with it or I got it from my brother because my brother's always trying to beat me and stuff. So I've always been driven, you know. I've always been like working hard to try to prove a statement, you know, because like there's always something that you can become better at, or there's always something to be that like I admire, you know. So
Yes. Wow. Wow. I want to ask you just these few more questions, and then I'll let you go. Um, Sometimes I've seen fame change people, um, whether they become big on social media or, well, you know, that's really like in the public eye. Um, do you feel that you've changed in any way, or that people around your circle have changed in how they interact with you or your friends? Like, do you see that or not so much? But I want to ask you for you first. Um, do you feel that you've been impacted by that in any way? And if yes, in what way? And if not, why do you think not?
maybe a little bit because it gives me confidence to inspire other girls. It doesn't make me feel any better than anyone because I see myself equal to every other girl. I'm equal to almost every other person that plays football, every teammate I have. But it just gives me like the extra boost to be able to like talk like this, like how I am right now, and
Yes.
inspire us and any other kids, you know, to just like I don't know, just embrace like who they are, you know.
Wow. I love it. I love it. So before I ask you the last two questions, is there more you want to share with us about you, your journey? How did you get to the place you are? You know, I don't want to keep you too long, but I wanted to ask as many questions as I could. But is there any more you want to share with us about your journey to where you are, where you're going, the experiences that you've had? Um, but we're going to give you time to talk about, acknowledge those who have been a part of your journey thus far, and some final questions. But is there more you want to share with us about your journey?
Yes. So one of the things um a lot is listening to Kobe. Like he was my number one inspiration. I just love like every single day. I remember while I was working out, I wouldn't listen to music, no nothing. I would put on like my headphones and listen to Kobe just talk, because I felt everything he's feeling. You know, I felt the fire, I felt the motivation, I just felt it all. You know, the energy of just playing and just like being yourself. There's no one can judge you. You forget about your problems in real life, you know, because like it's just awesome feeling. And I know my dad, another thing I want to point out is like my dad wanted me to get super good, and instead of like making me play in girl leagues, he put me in a lot of boy leagues that are like 3 years older than me, just to try to toughen me up. And I think it was such a good idea because it works. So yeah, he's always one step ahead.
Shout out to Dad. Shout out to Dad. You go, Dad. Listen, Kobe, I think, wasn't his nickname like the Mamba or something?
The Black Mamba.
The Black Mamba. Do you have a nickname?
Not really.
No? Wow. Okay. Well, all I know is Naomi Lee, you're a gift. You are a gift, and I thank you. But before I do my final remarks, is there anything else you want to share with us? And because I do want to ask you again, you know, if you want to acknowledge anyone that has been a journey. You know, I know that sometimes we don't want to leave people out, but I always want to give my guests the time to be able to acknowledge anyone that that has been a part of their journey thus far and help them be who they are.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my family because they've always been there for me. My dad, who trains me every single day and gives me these talks and just is my real inspiration. You know, he's always one step ahead of me. He's always trying to make me better person and player. My mom, she's always taking care of me. She's always there for me. And my little brother, who's always doing something trying to make me mad, but it always keeps me fired up. You know, it's like, whenever he does something, I just kind of like build up some anger and just use it out on the field. You know, that's kind of like my way of getting out. Wow. And friends who's always been supportive to me, always just like been there and inspired me. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, where can people find you? How can they find you if they want to follow you on social media, if they want to connect with you? Where can they follow you?
The Juke Master Naomi Lee at Instagram. And then there's Noah and Naomi Lee Sports on YouTube, and Naomi Lee Sports and TikTok.
Wow. Well, listen, y'all. I've already told Naomi I need a signed pair of sneakers or a signed hat or something. But if you're in the presence of Naomi Lee, you better get a selfie real quick because she gonna be not. You might not be, but I'm just grateful for you, Naomi Lee. I'm honored that you took the time. Before I share my last words, any more you want to share with us?
Yeah, I'm super grateful to be in this position, to be able to speak, and it's just so awesome. You know, I'm really happy to be here.
Well, listen, I thank you so much. It has been an honor, a privilege to speak with you, Naomi Lee, to hear your words and your voice that I know is going to inspire so many who watch this broadcast. Now, next week, next month, next year, at any point in time, they will be able to hear the words of you and of who you are. And I'm telling you, it is amazing. You don't find too many young athletes at your level who are as respectable and honorable in terms of your choice of words, of who you are. And it is wonderful. So continue to stay humble, continue to stay strong. You are a light. And remember, the greatest forces, the greatest wins comes against those who have the greatest destiny. So I want to encourage you and inspire you. You were born for this. You were destined for this. This is who you are, and you are still becoming. I can't wait to see what's next for you. So I want to ask before you leave, are you preparing for any other trials that's upcoming, or are you preparing for any other trainings or anything at this time?
I got a Disney tournament in on February, which I'm training for that, and I got my next USA trials.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, as I told you before the broadcast, Naomi, if I can be a support to you in any way that I can, please. I am a cheerleader all the way from New Jersey. I am a fan of yours, and I'm going to continue to comment and cheer you on and share your videos, because the world, if they don't know you, they are going to know Naomi Lee. And I'm telling you, you have the name, you have the destiny, you have the purpose. It is you. So thank you, Naomi Lee. Continue to be a light in this world. Be amazing, be strong, be focused, be vigilant, be determined, because I know without a doubt you are. You are an inspiration. And thank you so much for sharing your gift with us on this broadcast, your gift of who you are in the world. And I thank you so much. Any last words you want to say before I let you go?
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure to speak, and I hope a lot of people get inspired by this. And I'll keep on going. I'll keep on working hard. And till next time.
Till next time. Listen, y'all, you better get her on your calendar now. Invite her to conferences, symposiums, training, whatever, but put her on your calendar. Thank you, Naomi Lee. Thank you to your mom, your dad, your family, and everyone. Everybody, Inspiration with Troy Alexander, Naomi Lee. Thank you so much. Our motto is dream, take that step, and walk with purpose into your destiny. Continue to go get that dream. Thank you so much, Naomi Lee. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.